Hello. Well, I'm going to apologise beforehand about the wobbly camera because I'm actually using my phone for this part of the video. Well, it'll probably be for the whole video. But this is part 2 of my tarot collection. However, I've decided to put a little bit of a slant on it because I'm not just looking at my tarot collection, I'm looking at where I read, really. I've spent the last couple of weeks readjusting everything, sorting out the room, getting rid of a lot of things that I didn't need, and managing to sort the tarot collection out so that everything is to hand, and also enabling myself to maintain some crafting area. But I'm hoping that in the summertime I will get a little shed that I can craft and paint in outside. But in the meantime, let me share with you my space in our home where I tend to spend my time reading tarot. That's not when I'm not downstairs reading for others. This is when I'm doing things for myself. So this is my little Queen Anne chair, and I've covered it with a chenille throw, which I'm really pleased with, and I'll show you that a little later on. In the meantime, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll point out different things that mean things to me, because I personally believe that when you're creating an area in which you want to be comfortable in which you want to be able to sit and relax and feel good vibes, then you have to have things that you like around you. So in here, some people would call it cluttered. It would drive some people insane, but I love it. Let me turn this camera around. Okay, so here we go. We have my tarot collection over here, and on the bottom row you can see there's a whole load of books. Now the overflow of books are downstairs in the bureau where you see where I usually do my videos from, but I shall be doing more videos back up here in this room now that it's all been sorted and it's usable once again. It's not just a storage room. After having little bits and bobs done, it became a storage room for everybody's stuff, which was a bit of an annoyance, but I've got my room back now and I am delighted. It's small, but it's nice and it's mine. So here you can see all my tarot decks, my books on the bottom row, and my tarot decks on these next two rows. These decks here are, these two cubicles here are oracle cards and angel cards. There's things like the Angel Wisdom Tarot and the Good Tarot. To me, they're more like angel cards as opposed to tarot cards, although they are read as tarot, but I keep them with that because I think they suit those styles more. Like I say, there's a huge amount of oracle cards, and I think it's about 55 decks of oracle and angel cards and 3 Lenormand, and I think it's 197, well actually not far off 200 tarot decks. So here we go, and this set here, this was the Space Delirium, and they're the tarot dice as well, which are lovely. There's Bright Future Tarot, and you can see my tarot at the back there. I need to find a new home for my soapbox with my Morgan Greer in. That'll probably go onto my table here actually. In fact, I'll do that now. The baskets down below hold art materials, reading boards that I've created with pieces of wood and what have you. These tarot decks are the tarot decks that are all in little bags. A couple I've bought, but a lot I've had made for myself from my sister. Crocheted me a few, and Anne Fort made me a good number of them. And this is Teddy Edward and Edwina. And that's, I've had to do double rows here because I was running out of space quite quickly. So you can see that's a deck. I do love that deck, the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. That's a lovely deck. Do you know, I've got decks here. I think if I was to say with any I didn't particularly gel with, no, not really, not that I don't gel with them, but there's a couple that I don't read that I might look at rehoming at some point in the future. Now, would you believe all those decks used to sit in that cupboard? So what I'm now using this for is to house all my little knickknacks. Here we go, pop the light on there. I haven't got a bulb in there at the moment because I took it out for a lamp downstairs. And I have a small crystal ball and then my larger one on the shelf down below. The tray at the back I use for putting my tarot charms in, my charms in for charm casting. That's my chair and all my window decorations. I've tied the curtains in a knot because I just didn't want dark curtains in here. I didn't want curtains in at all. I just wanted to decorate the window. So that's not too bad. And this is my well, little sacred space, I suppose. I have my little witch's cauldron here, and if I have any worries or concerns, I write them down, I pop them in here, and then I light them and let them go. Have Gaia there and Buddha there. In here, a set of rosary beads and a clock. Why do I have a clock? It reminds me how quickly time flies and to make the most of the time while we're here. A bit of sage there from a friend's garden. My uncle made that little bowl for me. And I have a love of elephants. And then this is another bureau that I have here in the house. I've got all watercolours in there, acrylics in there, and pens and pencils in the bottom one. And it's a bit messy in there, well, not too bad. That's the room spray I like in here. And it's Midnight Roses. This ragdoll, I just came across her while I was walking in Shrewsbury on a lunch break when was having my chest tattooed. I was having a bit of a break from being tattooed, and I found her and I thought, oh, she's coming home with me. And here, and I've got lights around them, and I'll just take this off here so you can see it more effectively. These two here are pieces of art that my two little nieces painted for me a couple of years ago. It'd be more than a couple of years actually. I think I've been up there for about 3 years. And so I've told them they're going to stay there forever. So they're abstract art. I think they were only about 9 and 6 when they painted them for me. And these are paintings up here that I've done myself. That one there's the Aurora Borealis and it lights up at night. And that clock was made by my son in woodwork. And more books here. And more tarot decks here. So this is where I read. This is a desk that I created a resin top for it a number of years ago. There's a YouTube video of that on my channel. And I'm going to place my Morgan Greer here because I do like reading with that. So this is my little space, my little room. And I just love being able to come in here, sit quietly, meditate, and just enjoy the peace and quiet. And I'm really pleased to be able to share this with you all on the Tarot Tube. So folks, I did promise a second video of all my decks, but I think there's just so many there to go through. As you can see, that's where they all are. And I do use my Oracle decks. I haven't, Lenormand I'm struggling with, so I only have the 3 decks. I don't think I'll be investing any more in Lenormand, but if I ever do manage to actually understand it and learn it, then I will use the 3 I've got. The Chakra Wisdom Tarot and the one next to it, I can't remember, it's another Wisdom Tarot, I can't seem to get to grips with. That's that there. So there's a possibility that they may be rehomed at some point. I love the Star Tarot over there and the Everyday Witch. They're brilliant. And I love all Ciro Marchetti's decks. So there you go. That's my my tarot life. On top of my bookcase up there, I have my little visitors. My sister crocheted the 3, the red, the speckled and the white teddies, and the little hairy one at the end there on the left, he's made from alpaca wool. And I got him at our local Christmas market a few years ago now. So the crystals on the light fitting my son bought me, so I just put them around the light shade. So folks, this is where I do my thing. I hope you've enjoyed sharing this with me. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I will catch up with you all soon. I'm looking forward to some Kickstarters arriving and sharing them with you too. So take care and stay safe. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.